everybody. Welcome to the Sci-Fi Sistas podcast, where we give you our point of view. We're proud members of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, and we're so excited to be here with you today. I'm Tamia, and I'm joined by my sister, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
Hello, Yvette. Hello.
Right.
I can't get that low.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, you should hear me in the morning when I wake up.
It's really sexy, y'all.
That's what he said.
Right off the bat.
We got the cool kids.
I know, right? And the cool kids, which means we're gonna mess up, and it's just gonna be a hot mess. And Sabrina, hi Fran. They're gonna listen to the show and be like, "What were you all doing? What were you on?"
Well.
Anyway. Well, we're happy to be here with you guys, and we're happy to be together. We've got a really cool thing for you today because Paramount was kind enough to grant us some time to interview Eve Harlow and Elias Toufexis, Moll and Locke from Star Trek Discovery season 5. So that's the interview that's coming up for you guys today. Wasn't it cool?
It really was. I didn't know what to expect. But it just ran, just like with every interview we do, they give us a time limit and we go over it. Not our fault.
Not our fault. No.
Our fault. But it was really good. We definitely connected, and I think they seemed like they had a really good time. So, yeah. I know we did. And it was a delight to talk to both of them. And we had seen Eve on the cruise, but not gotten to spend any time with her. And, Elias is just a giant in the sci-fi world and in the world of gaming. And so it was just really cool to be able to spend a moment with him as well. Yeah. Yep. And he's a big time Trek fan. So that was nice too. Yeah.
Man, if we had more time.
Oh, boy.
If we had more time, Elias could have talked Trek literally all day long.
All day.
It was cool. It was really cool.
He was happy. Just he reminded me of every Trek person, every Trek fan I know, who, when they get on a roll, like they can't help themselves.
Yeah. Right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither.
Okay, y'all. We're going to let y'all listen to this fun little interview, and we'll see you on the flip side. Hi, you guys. I'm Tamia, and this is Yvette, and we're the Sci-Fi Sisters. Thank you for letting us talk to you today.
Mm-hmm. This is awesome.
Yeah. I know. Okay. So I know that this is a question you guys are going to get and have gotten a million gazillion times, but our audience is a little bit different from the average Trek audience. So we'd like to ask you, please, if you wouldn't mind, one more time, recounting your first contact with Trek, just a little bit.
Okay, Eve, I should go first on this one, and then you can. Okay. So let me preface this by saying, I'm a giant Star Trek fan, like a massive, ridiculously massive Star Trek fan. If I pulled this curtain back, you'd see my shelf of like Star Trek memorabilia that I had before I was on the show. So I'm a giant fan. Eve is whatever the polar opposite of that is. She doesn't dislike Star Trek, but she has no idea about Star Trek. So I would explaining stuff to me. And she's like, this is what the chase was, and this is what the story is. These are the progenitors, and I just explained all that stuff. My first contact with Star Trek was, I don't know if you guys remember this or even old enough to remember this, but
bless you.
He's so sweet.
In the 90s or the early 90s, PBS would air marathons of the original series. And it would just be like all day Star Trek, City on the Edge of Forever, Trouble with Tribbles, and all the best ones, right? They would do a top 10 count. That was my introduction to Star Trek because my dad was into it. And so I would just watch these. I remember these weekends, particularly watching the original series and then just falling in love with those characters in that show. And then for me, Star Trek 2 to 6, those movies, like they're in my DNA. Like I know every frame, every sound, completely by so. And then, of course, I watched everything else, and I really got into Deep Space Nine and TNG and all that stuff. So I'm a big Star Trek geek, especially DS9. Like, to me, I love that show. And when I got the call to be on this show, I was, let's just say, pretty ecstatic. And it was hard, man. It was hard to be on set and not be like, oh my God, like freaking out with every little thing. Yeah. And be like, I'm gonna be professional, I'm gonna show up to work, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna leave. But I was freaking out, I'm geeking out at every little bit. I'm like, ooh, that's a Klingon sword. And then I'd have to explain everything to Eve, who can take it from here.
So everything he said is true. Like, my first interaction with Star Trek was honestly like auditioning for it.
Okay.
But I think it's fun because I like now being in it, like, and like understanding the history of it and the importance of it to people. Like, I did not have any of that pressure when I was auditioning for it. I was like, okay, cool. Okay, it's in space. Okay, cool. This is how I'm going to do my makeup. This is how I'm going to do my hair, and just go for it. You know, like, there wasn't all of the, I think, like, pressure of being like, you're auditioning for a show that's really historically important and means so much to so many people, which, like, now, again, when I, like, honestly, Elias, like, thank you. Like, he was an amazing person to have next to me, because it was, like a Star Trek dictionary, you know, being like, something came up in the script and I was like, I have no idea what this means. He's like, don't worry, I'll send you a YouTube clip, you know, like, it's just nice. Like, everything. I was like,
memory alpha.
Yeah. You know, so it was just like being like, no, like, you don't understand. And like being on set, like, you know, Jonathan Frakes. And I was like, you know, I was like, hey man, like because he directed an episode and I didn't know who he was. And he was just like, there was a person wearing like a Rilker shirt. And he was like, oh, I'm that guy. Like, I was that guy on the show. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, like.
She called it Roker. She's still in here.
Wait, Riker? Fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
Riker, okay.
Riker. Okay. It's all right. It's fine.
I know, right?
There's a K. But it was like, I think what was really cool is like, nobody had any sort of ego about it, and like really excited to like educate you on this stuff, you know? And yeah, but that was, I knew nothing. Now I know more.
Now you know more.
That's so cool. Because, you know, we're really excited to have both of you, excuse me, in the Trek family now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Eve, it was awesome being on the cruise with you because your energy was really infectious and lovely. And, you know, and it's always somebody's first Trek. You know, one Trek is always somebody's first Trek. So welcome to the family. Okay,
that's the thing. Like, the cruise, people were so nice, and like, it's just a thing of like, welcome to the family, welcome to the family. Like, there's again like the glitter that I was given. I wear that glitter all the time. You know, I'm in New York right now because I came to visit my friend. I brought the glitter with me. You know?
That's awesome. That's awesome. You are. I mean, until she said that, I was like, wait, yes, you were on the cruise. And that is so cool that you came on the cruise and nobody knew what to expect, and you didn't know what to expect. So, I mean, welcome to the family again.
Honestly, well, I was like, when I was on the cruise, I was like, whoa, this is what the popular kids felt like in high school. Like, everyone's being nice to you. Everyone's giving you like a high five. I was like, oh my God.
That's right.
The Elias, we got to get you on the cruise next, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, since we're all part of the Trek family now, is there a particular aspect of Trek philosophy that speaks to you? This is for both of you, and that you incorporate in your daily life.
For me, one of the reasons I think I fell in love with Star Trek was it kind of reminds me of Twilight Zone in the same ways, where you use this sci-fi setting as an allegory for moral and societal issues, right? And for me, you know, my favorite thing about Star Trek is its welcomeness of everybody. Mm-hmm. Kind of thing. One of my favorite lines is, remember in I think is it not Turnabout Intruder? No, that episode's terrible. Not Corbin by Maneuver. Anyway, the one where it's Balance of Terror.
No.
Balance of Terror, where they're doing the Romulan thing, and the first time you see Romulan, the first time you see a Romulan, who turns out to be Spock's dad later, but Mark Leonard, one of the crewmen turns to Spock and he goes, "Why does he look like you?" And Kirk says, "Leave your bigotry in your quarters."
Yeah.
Remember that line specifically growing up, that specific line. I remember that growing up and going, oh, this is more than just an adventure show. This is about people dealing with life but using sci-fi as an allegory. That's my favorite thing about Star Trek. There's no one particular thing that I could focus on, but the fact that you use sci-fi or art or any art to talk about society, its problems, how to solve them. I don't necessarily agree that humans will become this utopia like in Next Generation. I think that's a bit of a stretch. That's why I like
Why not? Why not? I don't think we're going towards that.
Ladies, if you start talking like this, I'll talk the entire time.
See, I hear you go on to The Expanse, and I was going to give you big kudos about that because I loved you in The Expanse.
That's
in both roles.
Thank you for knowing that I played two roles. The sci-fi, again, I love like legit sci-fi. Six type of thing, trying to put interesting human stories and problems in a sci-fi context. That's what I love about Star Trek.
Yeah. Eve?
Yeah, I think, again, like I didn't know anything about it when I got the part and got on, but again, like Elias was kind of my dictionary, Wikipedia, whatever you want to call it, and explaining to me like why it was important, and then like doing research and being like, oh, that to me, what I really liked was the idea of like everybody being important and everybody bringing to the table whatever their skill set is, and how it's just like it's not just one person that's going to be like this martyr or savior. Like you need everybody, and you don't know when that person's going to come along and their abilities are going to be, save the day. Because I think that, yeah, I believe in like an egalitarian kind of world where everybody has the opportunity to showcase their skills and all that. And I know that we're not headed toward that utopia of like no poverty and no war and stuff, but I think I really like that idea is there, that's what we should be striving toward, and how amazing it's going to be when we get there, and then we can explore other more important issues.
That's one thing I think Discovery does really, really well that I've always appreciated is the what Eve was just saying, which is everybody is relied on and trusted for their skill. And they go through it in every season. There's at least one episode where one of the crew members goes, "All right, this is your thing. You know how to deal with this, and we trust you with that." It's something, that Eve just pointed out that I just realized Discovery does that very, very well. I love that.
Yeah, they do. So they're telling us that we have time for one more question. So Eve, we wanted to, because we noticed that on your Instagram posts that you did, like that you several times you pictured stacks of books, and we're like, she's our girl. So we have a book club. We have a book club that meets like bi-monthly virtually, and and reading is our jam too. So were there any books that you read in preparation for Moll? I mean, was there anything literary that tied into that? And if not, do you want to hype up anything that you're reading currently that you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, I didn't read anything, but I love that you're in a book club. I'm in 2 book clubs, actually.
Yay!
Like, book clubs are the best.
Yes, they are.
They are the best.
I mean, what I'm reading right now, I'm reading Poor Things. So, like, it was the book that was made into
the movie.
The movie, yeah. And I really wish that I'd read the book before watching the film, because it's like the movie's amazing. I'm really enjoying the book, but it's just like I can't help but see the characters in the movie, the book. So that's a little bit. It's just like I wish I hadn't done that. And then I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for the last book club, because I read it when I was
love that book. Oh my god,
my favorite.
It's still so good.
It really is.
Sometimes when you read a book when you're younger and you're like, oh man, I'm going to go back to this and I don't know if it's going to stand the test of time. It totally does.
And it's totally different.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just like, it's amazing. Like he approached these like really heavy topics with so much humor. And one of the things that I remember, it was this line. It's like he pretended to be an out of work actor for 15 years, which wasn't hard to believe. Funny. That is funny.
It's still a good line.
I know. And it's just like back when it was written. I think that's like, I love art of any kind, whether it's books, music, like visual art, that it's like, it doesn't have to have context. It's like, oh, this was written in this time. This was written this time. It's like, it's good across all,
yeah.
Like, yeah. And that's
good.
And I still travel with the white towel. I do. I make sure I got my towel.
Right.
So we had a meeting because this was also for my other book club, but we met 2 days ago. We do it virtually too, because my two friends who I'm in it with, they live in Portland. And then we were talking about the towel, because it seems so silly, but it's so poignant for some reason that it's like,
it really is.
That a person is like, has their shit together when the world's collapsing, but you know what? I got the towel.
I got the towel.
Love that.
Yeah,
I mean, awesome. we have many more questions for you guys, actually, but we know that we are out of time. And, I was just, before we go, Elias and Eve, I want to thank you so much for bringing such depth to these two characters, to Moll and Locke. I mean, and Elias, like, kudos to you for emoting through all of that makeup and everything. And your voice work, your voice skills come through because you give us chords with Locke, there's heartbreak and there's insecurity and there's all this stuff going on that you just get from the way that your voice will break sometimes, and it's just beautiful. It's lovely to see. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it.
I will say, kudos still. I had to wear those contacts for one episode, and it is uncomfortable. It fucking sucks. So the fact that he did an entire season freaking contacts, it's just like, you deserve a medal, man.
Oh, yeah,
anyone who's like
he's a professional.
Yeah. People don't know how uncomfortable that shit is, and it sucks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you both. Thank you very much for your time.
What book were you reading for your book club? Now I want to know.
Oh, okay. So right now we're reading, and we're going to meet on it on the 28th. It's a book called The Master of Poisons by Andrea Hairston. And so we focus on works by Black and BIPOC authors. And she has written this incredible epic fantasy that's very African culturally oriented. And it's literally unlike anything I've ever read before. And the last time that I read anything coming close to this was when I first started reading N.K. Jemisin, who was also writing things that I had never read before.
Yeah. The world building is insane.
Yeah.
Really good.
Master of Poisons by Andrea Hairston. Amazing. Or Andrea. I'm not sure how she pronounces it.
I'm writing it down because I'm always looking for recommendations.
Oh, yeah. It's a meaty one. It's meaty, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was cool, wasn't it, Yvette?
It really was.
I had a blast with them.
Yeah, I really had a good time. I wish, we had so much more time with them, as you were saying before. Just the I don't know, just the looks on their faces when they were talking about the things that interest them, both of them. I really wish we had more time, because it would have been a really good interview.
Yeah, because Eve, Eve is flying under not really flying under the radar, but she's a sci-fi player. She's had a lot of roles in genre stuff that is really cool, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that,
Yeah. And what, Night Agent? Yeah.
Yeah, Night Agent. Yeah. She's played a couple of villains and stuff.
She could play a villain, boy.
Yeah. For real, though, I would love to talk books with her.
Mm-hmm. She would love to talk books with you.
I know. I think we might have to see if Sci-Fi Sisters Book Club can invite her in someday.
Yes, definitely. I think she'll be reading some books from the Sci-Fi Sisters.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, it was a blast to do that. And we hope you guys had fun listening to it. And Yvette, where can people write to us if they have thoughts about the interview or anything else?
You can find us at sci-fisistas.com. That's SYFYSISTAS.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the Sci-Fi Sisters Book Club, both on Facebook. On Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, sci-fi.sisters. We are also on the platform formerly known as Twitter at Sci-Fi Sisters. For more interviews and our infamous Top 10 series, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sci-Fi Sisters Inc. Become a patron of Sci-Fi Sisters today at patreon.com/Sci-Fi Sisters. The Trek Geeks Network's presenting sponsor is Fansets. Go to fansets.com for pins and memorabilia for all your favorite franchises. Visit fansets.com and use Trek Geeks, all caps, for your exclusive 10% discount.
And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't thank our very first associate producer, Sailor Marge. Thank you so much, Marge, for your support. And we also have to thank the baddest engineer in any and all universes. That's Dose the Anonymous One. He's responsible for all the music you hear on our show, as well as for the engineering that goes into this show. And if you need his skills, look him up on Instagram at dose_the_anonymous_1. That's the number 1, y'all. Don't type it out, just the 1. And that's it for us today. Thanks so much for listening. We love you guys. Peace, love, and hair grease. Hey, everybody. Sister Tamia here with the shorty shout-outs for this month. We'd like to thank the following patrons for all your support. Cassandra Gerard, Bruce McMillan, Domestic, LJ, Tara Jefferson, Bernadette Garcia Galvez, Rhonda G, Kendra Stranad, Rita Poussaint Nethersol, Mark Richmond, Bill Erickson, Zakia Graham, Linda Anderegg, Jeffrey Cochran, Olda Klein, Peter Heisler, Olga Kravchuk, TJ Jackson Bay, Liza Albright, Kalia Zawacki, Stephanie Baker, Sailor Marge, Stephanie Dole, Starbase Centaur 4210 Productions, Jamal Taylor, Scott Jensen, Ann Bradley, J.R. Poole, Howard Hogan, L.M., Kilt Check, Timothy Baum, Dave A. Gregory, Eve England, David Balston, Karen Dramera, Sue K., Muhammad Noor, Susan V. Gruner, and last but certainly not least, Anna Post. Thank you all so much for your support. We love you very much.